Alright guys, we are back for another Dokkan battle video. Well, Carnival. Carnival LR Jiren. Let's see how this boy is going to look. We got him at link level 10. Let's go ahead and take a look how the Rainbow Star is going to look on our boy Carnival Jiren at link level 10. So let's go ahead and jump in. So I went with this. Let's discuss a few things. We can go with that right there. Wabam, and we have the Rainbow Star. So I do think the smartest thing you could do, you start with this, is the two raw defense equips. I think that should work well with Jiren's ridiculously high defenses post-attacking after he attacks, plus his high damage reduction. I really like the idea of just raw defensive equips on this guy. Now, dodge, I think, is going to work very good to help you not take so much damage. I mean, we now have a boss that's supering for damn near 6 million. So, obviously, you know, taking 0 damage from the 6 million super would be ideal. Now, Jiren has an ability, which is where he gets permanent 50% attack every time he gets supered. I don't think it's a very relevant ability. It's good for Twitter clips and shit like that. But, like, if you're just, like, seriously playing to win, Jiren is going in slot 2 and slot 3. Now, there, of course, will be the occasional super attack in there, don't get me wrong. But you're not, with regularity, gonna have Jiren be getting hit with a super attack. I mean, you could always, when you first go into full power, you do have a scouter. You'll be able to place him, you know, and you'll know where the super attack is gonna be, right? But it's written the same way Cell Max's is written. So Jiren should be able to dodge the super and still get the attack buff, because Cell Max dodges the super and still gets the guaranteed additional super. Should work the same thing. As fights get tougher and tougher, dodge is damn near gonna be just a lifesaver against these big bosses. Now, crit in the hardest fight in the game, which Jiren is designed for, crit is a must to do damage. But Jiren has guaranteed crits at 24 key. That's the dirty little secret. Crit, all the good characters have got it built in anyway. So, it's not really a big deal. So, alright, let's go ahead and just jump in and see how effective Jiren is going to be. If I had to prioritize what you'd give him here, raw defense, number 1. I think dodge, number 2. Probably additional at 3. And then maybe raw attack at that point. I think is kind of the way it goes. People are going to be obsessed with giving him full additional. But, like, that's cool. But if he just gets an additional normal, it's not really going to give you as much value as you'd like. He is going to be able to do decent damage with the additional normal, I think, provided you're at 24 key, it's a guaranteed crit. Like, he'll at least be able to do a little bit of damage, but probably not against the Goku and Frieza fight. So I think that this build should work best. Remember, here's the thing, right? A lot of these Dumbos, this, I think, is the best build towards winning. My goal is winning, and I think this will get us our best results for that. So let's hop in. Jiren is a character that has to do several different transformations, so I think maybe jumping into that Red Zone Buhan fight could be a good showcase stage for it. I guess it's possible Buhan could be annoying and, like, seal us and stuff like that, and he could lock us, but it's a fight that could go on longer. I mean, I suppose we could just go into, like, the Super Saiyan 3 Broly Dokkan event. Actually, why don't I just do that? I'm just going to go into the Super Saiyan 3 Broly Dokkan event. I mean, like, just this showcase right here, it'll be very difficult to just show how good he is defensively unless there just happens to be, like, a slot 2 super attack. So I'm just going to do that. I'm just going to go into the Super Saiyan 3 Broly event, and we'll be able to see what Jiren is going to be looking like in terms of his damage and his other abilities here. Alright guys, we are here in an event. We have got our boy Rainbow Jiren. We got him turn 1, thank goodness. Damn, 425, holy. So, I mean, his stats are significantly going up. I just gotta say, dude, my eyes are really bothering me right now. Holy, okay, it's difficult for me to see. I mean, go watch the research tree. I had a little eye thing, but I mean, we're repairing, but it's getting there. All right, so he's at 425k defense, huh? Yeah, I do the defensive equips, I think, are going to be super duper for this guy. I wish I could get a level 8 defensive equip. I could from the special Whis event chest. I actually did use my tickets with Jiren. It's a super boss's chest, but I was not able to get it, unfortunately. Okay, let's go ahead and see what Jiren is going to do. Again, remember, guys, Jiren is going to be very, very powerful. Again, I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of additional for him. I mean, if you proc the super, it's good, but people just pretend like additionals don't have a ridiculous amount of RNG associated with it. If you're really, like, damage, I almost feel like raw attack equips are going to do you better than going for additional. I don't know. 18.9 turn 1. Okay, sure. This is, what, a 70% chance to crit in slot 2 or slot 3? He also would have, what, 61% damage reduction. Remember that Jiren is kind of locked into slot 2 or 3. If you want Jiren, you know, you want him to actually see him do his effective abilities, his effective strength level, it's got to be slot 2 or 3. That's, I think, like, if Jiren was, like, if he had the same amount of defensive power in slot 1 that he did in slot 2 or 3, Jiren would be, like, would he be number 1? He'd be number 1. Probably. He'd probably just be outright better than Beast and Cell Max and stuff like that. I think that the new fight, the very next video we're going to do is we're going to take Jiren into the new fight. I mean, I do think in the new fight, okay, I guess we'll just do this. The friend Jiren, I don't know, what are we looking like here? So, 79% low link levels. Okay, that's the friend Jiren right there. All right, so Jiren, his stats, you know, increase significantly, you know, with dupes. I don't know that I would say Jiren is like a super dupe reliant character, because again, a lot of the times he's going to be in slot 2 and 3 and stuff like that. Like, he should still be very effective defensively, even in slot 2 or 3. But it looks to me like Jiren is going to be utterly ridiculous, you know, like rainbowed with, you know, like with the extra power and stuff like that. All right, we'll see. Now, remember, Jiren doesn't have built-in additionals. Remember, he is designed pretty much specifically to work against that Goku and Frieza fight. Like, it's very obvious that that's what his intended usage is for the Goku and Frieza fight. That's why Jiren does, like, one massive, huge damage. That seal doesn't affect us. That's so fire. We unfortunately did get Tech UI Goku in slot 7, though. So it'll take us a little while to get the Tech UI Goku domain. Let's go ahead and pop Jiren's standby. So we could go into Jiren's standby where he can't even attack anyway. So Jiren, you know, being sealed in this turn is not going to affect us. Jiren, if you get Jiren starting in slot 7, that can be bad. Because Jiren, his ability, if he starts out in slot 7, he's not able, no matter what, to start doing a standby transformation until his second turn. We have to wait till his second turn. So, all right, let's go ahead and pop this standby. Let's go ahead and get closer to Jiren to his full power masterpiece. Now, Jiren, in his standby, he is a defensive god. And we could do this for multiple rotations. We could get 2 full rotations out of Jiren being a defensive god, too, by the way. Alright, so now we have Jiren out here in his standby. Alright, so Jiren, right, he has 50% damage reduction just base once we're in this form. He gets 11% damage reduction with every orb we get. So, as you guys can see, we do this. He has 100% damage reduction in slot 1. Very good. But, I mean, we're not going to need that certainly early on in this phase right here. By putting Jiren in slot 2, we can still get the big damage reduction. But what we're also going to be able to do here is Jiren is going to give 70% attack support for 2 turns, which is obviously very, very good. So we want to try and get as many charges as possible. That's 7 right there. Jiren will be able to go into full power Jiren just with 25 charges. Topo, obviously, is intended to be used directly with Jiren. I mean, Topo as a rainbow orb changer is, of course, like, look at that. That's 1 turn. We're effortlessly going to get the 25 charges required. So keep in mind that UI Goku's damage is massively buffed by Jiren right here. Jiren and then, of course, Tech UI Goku both have ridiculous amounts of support they could give to the rest of the team, right? As we start seeing our characters get more busted and more busted and more busted, the enemy bosses and enemy fights are going to be getting more busted, more busted, more busted. Remember, it's constantly a seesaw. I think as long as the EZAs continue to be the level that they've been at, I don't think it's really so much of an issue how tough bosses are. I predict that people are going to be crying to no end about how tough the fight is, but, I mean, no offense, it's mostly going to be global players who aren't actually able to play the fight yet. I don't think the fight is quite as bad as people are going to overreact to, judging from what I've already seen. I think it's going to get much worse as time goes on. But the fact remains that AGL, UI Goku, and in Evolution Blue Vegeta utterly make the fight their bitch. It's just point blank, right? We'll get into it, but it's the ECAs have just been so very dominant this year. So crazy. All right, so we are going to have to hang tight before we can go ahead and do the transformation with Jiren here. Let's actually float God Topo. Yeah, Int Topo, just in case against Buhan. Or actually, we can just float Jiren. Whatever. Let's just float Jiren. And then we'll put Topo inside one. Yeah, let's do that. So we'll have Jiren potentially on the other rotation. Jiren next to Jiren. We could have 7 out of 7. We'll easily get up to the 25 orbs we need to be at, and we're looking good right there. Perfect. All right, so we'll finish this phase, and then bam, we're going to be on full power Jiren already. Sometimes one reason this fight can go so long is because that Bootanks does seal so much, and there's several different phases. So here we are, still relatively early on in the fight, and we're going to be able to have Jiren in full power mode. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and transform Jiren into our full power state, and we can let him go ahead and run havoc on Majin Buu here. Okay, full power Jiren is now here. Oh, isn't that interesting? Okay. Jiren has a Scouter his initial turn. So we know that Buhan is actually not supering. That's a pretty good ability that Jiren is going to have. That Scouter on that first turn, I think, is going to be very strong. So we could utilize that to great effect in a lot of the hardest fights in the game. Again, that is going to be huge. Jiren able to have that powerful Scouter just like that. All right, we can have Tech UI Goku go first. His super attack will give a little bit of extra damage to Jiren. We're going to have 5 out of 7 links activated. Jiren is going to be able to do, you know, some pretty big time damage here. I don't want to go too fast. I'll hold back with AGL UI Goku, just in case. I mean, going slower is better for this showcase right here. So Jiren has 71% damage reduction here. Remember, he gets 11 keys, start a turn, 400% attack and defense. He gets 111% attack and defense when he attacks. At 24 key, Jiren gets 50% attack, guaranteed to hit, and then crits are guaranteed as well, so he really can be very, very effective. Now, remember, he does get that permanent 50% damage every time he gets targeted by an enemy super attack, which is one reason that we have the Scouter available to us. 32 million. Yeah, pretty good. This is a guaranteed crit. So the damage is certainly not as crazy as, say, like, you know, Broly's Barrage. We get the Hidden Potential System additional. So, you know, people are going to be whining about my build on Jiren forever. It's all people are good at is whining, whining, and whining. But, I mean, we do have additional. We can at least still get it. But that's exactly... I'm not selling out to get additional when it's just going to be a goddamn additional normal, man. I've been around the block. I'm not, like, I'm not one of y'all that's just like, oh my god, damage. I'm so obsessed with damage. I'm so seduced by the allure of damage. Like, no, man. Like, just an additional, where it's just an additional normal, pointless. That's not what we need there. That's why, if you're really, like, I feel like I'm saying, if you really want to go, oh, we got to get that, that damage. We got to do it. Just go raw equips, dude. Like raw attack equip. I don't know. Like, you know, just get up the raw attack equipment. I would like to finish Buhan right here. Let's do this. This is fine. Let's do this. No reason to turn into God Topo right here yet. I actually do want to finish Buhan right here. Maybe I should have just transformed into God Topo then. I probably should have, just to ensure. Dispo could finish off Buhan. Dispo is going to probably look really good on this turn. I don't remember. Was Dispo sealed before? Dispo could do a lot of damage. Yeah, Dispo might have been sealed on his last turn. Dispo could do a lot of damage, though, as he does all of his supers and crits and stuff like that. But, I mean, he does need to, of course, build up into it. He's doing normals. All right, we're probably not going to finish Buhan here. I mean, that's fine. Not being able to finish Buhan, we will still... we'll be able to put Jiren aside when... Dispo, you're dodging, of course. Dispo... Alright, well, I mean, Dispo can... That's actually kind of annoying, but... I mean, Dispo can do that if he just chooses not to super. I mean, I have been getting pretty bad luck with Dispo's additionals. Again, like, I've been around the block with these characters, man. Like, these chances to super, that's just what it ends up being, because Dispo needs to super to actually get the dodge build up. Of course, dude, these additional normals are just the worst thing in this game. God damn it. Alright, guys, we're in another event. I wanted to just kind of, like, skip ahead until we got to full power Jiren and stuff like that, but, I mean, let's just take a look at this goofy-ass rotation. I mean, just getting more footage of Jiren is obviously not going to be a bad thing. I can't believe Dispo let us out. Oh, nice dodge. Yeah, perfect. I mean, hey, we could run him in slot 1 if we'll be able to do that. Sure. Then we get the attack break right there. Yeah, and the stun. The stun he has in base definitely can be very good if we're going to consider Broly. You know, for like Super Battle Road type content, places where the stun can be effective, that should be pretty solid. Alright guys, here we go. This should be a really good turn for our boy Jiren. Let's go ahead and hop that. We get above the threshold we need to be at, so we can go ahead and transform into full power Jiren. So full power Jiren is out. No super attacks. Okay, of course. I do feel like I'm going to have frequently bad luck. Okay, so let's see. Attack, 994,000. Okay, let's hit this. Oh, it's going to activate when we get orbs with him, huh? Yeah, it activates when we actually get the orbs with him. I do like, by the way, Jiren starting out at 24 key. Pretty big, considering he needs to be at 24 key to really maximize his damage. We, of course, have 7 out of 7 links next to the standby Jiren. Let's go ahead and see how we're going to look right here. This is a really... This is pretty much as good as we can get right here, I guess. So we'll go ahead and do right there. Well, I mean, he could get more 50% from damage. I mean, we could have Tech UI Goku's domain up, various different things. So 43 million with the crit. Again, he's designed to obliterate Goku and Frieza with that right there. And, of course, he did go ahead and stun Broly. Remember that AGL Jiren back there, he has the 2-turn support. So we'll go ahead and transform with UI. Let's get his domain up. All right, let's come back next turn, and let's see how full power Jiren is going to do next turn. We should continue to see some decent turns from Jiren, being able to put up a ton of damage. Wait. Yeah, I don't want to kill Paragus, so let's get Tech UI away from countering against Paragus. All right, we'll come back next turn. All right, guys, let's see how we're going to do on this rotation right here. So in terms of links, we're going to have, what, 4 out of 7 up. We do have Tech UI Goku's domain. We are going to have a lot of support and stuff like that. Let's see what we do. I guess we could put Jiren... Well, we could put Jiren in slot 1. Let's see. So he doesn't get specific slot 2 buffs in his full power state. Like, everything he's gonna get up, like, it's up in either slot. It's just he gets so much defense after he's attacking, right? Because he gets 111% attack and defense. Then his 18-key super attack effect, of course, is giving him 30% defense. So he's just going to be significantly more tanky after he super attacks. 591k defense right there. So, well, I guess let's do this, because I'm going to stun Broly. So if there's going to be a super attack coming at us, it's going to be from Paragus, potentially, in slot 2, hopefully. Let's see. All right, let's see what Jiren's damage looks like right here. We have pretty much seen the way Jiren is gonna look. I think after this, let's just directly take Jiren into the hardest fight in the game. Just get another, like, footage in there. And then from there, what I'll do is I'll go ahead and do, like, the Jiren long video. We'll do that afterwards. 41 million right there. So, I mean, you can see what Jiren's damage is looking like on a lot of these turns. This is without even being hit by super attacks. We get the hidden potential system additional again. Again, people will heavily criticize me, but again, like, I know what I'm doing. But again, hidden potential system, and it's an additional normal. Again, you don't need to go, like, 50 additional on this character. It's not gonna give you as much value as people are thinking. It's just not. Let's keep Jiren in slot 2 right here. I think we'll get maybe one more rotation here. Alright, guys, let's get another rotation here for Jiren. Here, let's put Jiren in slot 1. Maybe this time we can actually get Jiren targeted by a super attack. We are getting a lot of trouble with that. Yeah, let's go for it. Let's go for it. Let's go for it. What do we think? Are we actually going to get targeted by a Superman? One day, they'll super attack him. It's an interesting ability. But, I mean, we're going to have to actually have it occur. There it is! So, again, just it targeting Jiren should be enough to give him the increased damage. So, then there we are at 39 million on that turn. Jiren seems very good. I think that Jiren's ridiculously high defensive ability that will have additional normal again. Oh, my God. Oh, man. Yeah. I love that. Don't you love that shit? Dude. Oh my god. Alright, anyway, guys, let me know what you think of full power Jiren. Yeah, don't give him full additional. Unless you want a parade of additional normals that do nothing for you. Right? If that's what you're looking for, knock yourself out, dude. I think the most important thing, raw defense. Get that gold and bronze raw defense slot. That's what you're looking for. I think full power Jiren is very good. His, you know, I don't want to call it immortality since we've got a 6 million super attack boss now, but I mean, even against them, Jiren should be able to eat it fairly well. You know, Jiren's defensive ability in slot 2 or 3 is going to be very valuable. You know, characters that can't be taken down like that, Jiren's presence on all these different categories, it's going to be a significant buff for all these categories that he's on. Jiren overall, I think, is a really, really, really powerful LR. I think Dokkan did a really good job with it, too. His leader skill, even 200% to Universal Survival Saga, is going to do very well with how good the category team is. And Jiren is going to, I mean, be a damn near must-run when it comes to that new fight against Goku and Frieza. So, let me know what you guys think. Thanks, guys, for watching. And I, of course, will catch you guys next time.